Okay, we will look at the problem difference between ones and zeros in rows and columns. So we are given a matrix grid and we have to and we have to make a new matrix named as diff, and the definition of matrix diff is given by this formula. So what it is for each cell I comma j, it is defined as number of ones in row I plus number of ones in column j minus number of zeros in row I minus number of zeros in column j. So let's check for 0 comma 0. The number of ones in row I is 2, so 2. Number of ones in column j is 1, so 1. Number of zeros in row I is 1, and number of zeros in column j is 2. So if you will calculate this, it comes out to be 0. Now, do we need to calculate this separately, or is there any way we can not store this in a separate vector? So what we can see is since we know the dimensions of this grid, and the number of zeros will be m minus number of ones in ith row. Uh, so we can write zeros column number of zeros in row I as m minus number of ones in row I. Similarly, number of zeros in column j is written as n minus number of ones in column j. So by this we need only two vectors, one rows and one column to store to find uh, the cell value of diff. So 2 into 1 rows I plus 2 into 1 call j minus m minus n will give us the value of each cell. This way we can calculate the diff matrix. Now let's look at the code. Create variables which will store the dimensions of the grid. It will store m will store the number of rows and n will store the number of column. Then let us define our diff matrix. It will be of size similar to grid. So let's initialize it. Now let's create a one row and one call. So one row, what will be the dimension? Dimensions will be similar to the n. For similarly for one call, let's create this vector. Now let's traverse the grid matrix. Now if we will check if grid I comma j is equal to 1, then we increase the count of one row I by 1 and onesColj j by 1. Now we will again, so this way now we have collected all the number of ones for a row and column. Now let's again traverse the grid. This time we will do it for diff. So we will, as given in the question, let's use the same formula here, but we have seen that how we can modify this. So let's do the same thing here. I, j, we have seen this should be multiplied by 2, and then subtract n. Then we will get our final diff. Let's test it. Okay, it got accepted on the test cases. Let's check for all cases. It got accepted. Thanks for watching.